students, I hope you are doing good. In today's class, we will start the chapter Fiber to Fabric. Now in your previous class, you have learned about natural fibers. So what are natural fibers? Natural fibers are threads obtained from plants and animals. So in the previous class, you have learned about plant fibers. For example, cotton plants give us cotton fibers, which are used for making cotton fabrics. What is fabrics? Fabrics means cloth. Cotton, flask and jute are all plant fibers. Now in this class, we will learn about animal fibers. But before going into details, I want to just recapitulate that in order to obtain fiber from the fabric, what is the process? We obtain fiber from the source, be it a plant source or an animal source, then twist it to form yarn, and that yarn is knitted or woven in order to form the fabric. So fabric is the cloth. So in this chapter we are going to discuss about two important animal fibers. They are silk and wool. So wool comes from animals such as sheep, goat and yak, etc., while silk comes from silkworms. So silk and wool both are animal fibers. We know that wool is used for knitting sweaters and weaving shawls and other woolen cloth, and silk is used for making saris and other dresses. Let us discuss them in details one by one. So we'll start with wool. So wool is the most commonly used animal fiber. Wool is soft, wavy hair which covers the body of sheep. So I guess you have seen, everybody of us, we have seen sheep. We have seen that the sheep's body is covered with wavy and soft hairs, which is called wool. And the woolen fabric have a greater bulk. Now we have seen that since the hair on the wool on the sheep's body is very wavy and curly, so it traps a lot of air into it and therefore it is bulky. So therefore the woolen fabrics, that means the woolen clothes which are obtained from the wool fiber, are also having a greater bulk than the cotton fiber. That means they are more fluffy than the cotton cloths. Though wool comes mainly from the sheep, some other animals also give us wool. So some of the wool yielding animals are sheep. Sheep is the main animal from which wool is obtained. Goat, yak, camel, llama and alpaca. So other than sheep, these are other animals from which wool can be obtained. The wool yielding animals bear a thick coat of hair on their body. It is this hair which gives us wool. So the wool which the hair which grows on the body of these animals is the actual hair. It is the actual thing from which wool is obtained. The wool yielding animals have a thick coat of hair on their body to keep them warm during cold winter season. So why these animals have a thick coat of hair on their body? In order to keep them warm during the cold winter season. How the hair helps these animals to keep warm? Let us discuss that. The hair traps a lot of air, and we know that air is a bad conductor of heat. So this air which gets trapped in the hair of these animals prevent their body heat from getting lost to the cold surroundings and thus keep them warm. So this air which is trapped in the hair of these animals prevents their body heat from being lost to the cold surroundings and therefore they keep them warm in the winter season. So this is why, that is the reason why the hair of these animals is removed only once in a year, and that too at the beginning of the summer season. So these animals, they can survive in the hot weathers without their hair, but they cannot survive in the winter season. So the hair is removed just before the beginning of summer, so that they can survive in the hot summer, and by the time winter comes, the thick hair grows back on the body of these animals. So other than sheep's, wool is also obtained from goat hair. The under fur of Kashmiri goat is soft. It is woven into fine shawls called Pashmina shawls. I hope you have heard the term Pashmina shawls. So Pashmina shawl is obtained from the under fur of Kashmiri goats, and it is very soft. Angora wool is obtained from Angora goats, which are found in the hilly regions such as of Jammu and Kashmir. Yaks have thick and long hair on their body, which also yield wool. Yak wool is common in the hilly regions of Tibet and Ladakh, since yak is generally found in these hilly regions of Tibet and Ladakh. The hair or fur on the body of camels are also used as wool. So sometimes in some places the body hair of camel is also used as wool. The animals which are called llama and alpaca, we just saw here, they are mainly found in South America, and they have hair on their body which are processed to yield wool. Please note that though the hair on the body of animals such as sheep, goat and yak etc. constitute wool, but in the everyday language, wool means the processed wool, which is the woolen yarn used for knitting sweaters or making shawls. So while in our day-to-day life we talk about wool, we are talking about the woolen yarn that may be present in your house, which is used for making sweaters and all the other woolen garments. But the term wool also refers to the body hair of sheep and other wool-yielding animals. So the word wool has two meanings for us. So next, let us discuss about production of wool. So as we know, wool comes mainly from sheep. So in order to obtain wool, sheep are reared and bred. Their hair is cut and processed into wool. So let us first describe the process of rearing and breeding of sheep. Rearing of sheep means to look after the sheep by providing them food, shelter and health care. The persons who look after the sheep or the rearers are called shepherds. Sheep are herbivorous and prefer to eat grass and leaves. So, the shepherds take the herds of sheep to the countryside for grazing. Now, apart from grazing grass, the sheep are also fed mixture of pulses, corn, jowar, oil cakes and minerals. In winter, sheep are kept indoors and fed on leaves, grains and dry fodder. So in case of winter times, the sheep are generally kept inside and they are fed on leaves, grass and the dry fodder. Now certain breeds of sheep have a thick coat of hair on their body which yields good quality wool in large quantities. These are called sheep of good breed. Now, the hairy skin of sheep has two types of fibers that form its fleece. Fleece is the woolen coat on the body of the animal, wool yielding animals. Okay, so fleece is basically the woolen coat on the body of these wool yielding animals. So the hairy skin of sheep has two types of fibers that form its fleece. The first one is the coarse breed hair. So the coarse beard hair. So coarse beard hair, coarse means rough. So the rough beard hair. And the second one is the fine soft under hair, which is close to the skin. So these are the two types of woolen fibers which can be obtained from the fleece of a wool yielding animal. The fine hair provide the fibers for making wool. Now, between these two types of hair, that means the coarse beard hair and the fine soft under hair, which is close to the skin, the fine under hair is used for making wool. So some breeds of sheep, they possess only fine under hair. So the parent sheep are specially chosen so as to give birth to sheep which have only soft under hair. Okay, so certain breeds of sheep, so what we discussed, so certain breeds of sheep, they have a thick coat of hair on their body which yield good quality wool, that is the fine under hair, in large quantities. These are called sheep of good breeds. Such sheep are selectively bred by choosing at least one parent sheep of good breed. So the shepherds, they select at least one parent of good breed so the offsprings may have good quality fleece on their body. So the breeding sheep is done to obtain such breeds of sheep which yield good quality wool in large quantities. This raises the quality and quantity of wool produced. So this process of selecting parent sheep for obtaining special characteristics in their offspring is called selective breeding. So selective breeding is the process of selecting parent sheep for obtaining special characteristics in their offspring. Once the reared sheep have been developed a thick coat of hair, the hair is cut off for getting wool. The cut off wool coat of a sheep is called fleece. The fleece consists of soft woolen fibers and the fleece of sheep is usually kept in one piece. So, as we have discussed, fleece is the woolen coat on the body of the wool yielding animals, and also this fleece is cut out to provide the woolen fibers. Now let us discuss about the steps of obtaining wool from the sheep. So let us go step by steps. Number 1 is shearing. The hair of sheep along with a thin layer of skin, which is called fleece, are removed from the body of the sheep. The process of removing hair from the body of a sheep in the form of fleece is called shearing. The hair of sheep are cut off by using a cutting machine similar to that used by the barbers. The hairy skin of sheep is removed in one piece, which is called the fleece, the woolen coat. Okay. The shearing does not hurt the sheep Because the uppermost layer of the sheep is dead. So as we said that in the shearing process, the hair of the sheep is removed along with a thin layer of skin. So you must think that this removing of skin must cause pain to the sheep, but it does not hurt the sheep or cause any pain because the uppermost layer of the skin of the sheep is dead. Okay. The shearing of sheep is done in the hot weather of summer so that the sheep may survive without their protecting coat of hair. The hair of sheep grows back again before the onset of winter and protect them in the cold weather. So as we have already discussed, the hair of the sheep, it basically helps them to remain warm in the cold weather season. So the hair is removed in the summer season so that they can grow back by the cold season comes. The fleece or hair of sheep provide woolen fibers. Woolen fibers are then processed to obtain woolen yarn. Okay, so shearing process is clear. So shearing is nothing but cutting off or removing of hair from the body of the sheep. So this was the first step. The second step is scoring. Now what is scoring? The fleece of sheep or cut off hair of the sheep contain dust, dirt, dried sweat and grease. So the fleece must be cleaned before it can be processed into woolen yarn. The fleece or the sheared hair of the sheep is thoroughly cleaned by washing with soap or detergent and a lot of water in big tanks. This process of washing the fleece that removes dust, dirt, dried sweat and grease is called scoring. So scoring makes the fleece of the sheep clean. The scored fleece is then left to get dry. So our first step was removing of the hair from the body of the sheep, which is called shearing, and the second process is washing or cleaning the fleece to remove all the impurities from it. Now the third step is sorting. So what is sorting? The wool is not uniform in all parts of the fleece of a sheep. Some parts of the fleece have fine wool fibers, whereas others have coarse wool fibers. Some parts of the fleece have long wool fibers, whereas others have short wool fibers. So, the fleece of even same sheep has wool of different qualities. So, the fleece on the body of a sheep, of a single sheep or the same sheep, can have different quality of hair on different parts of its body. So even when we are removing the fleece from the body of a particular sheep, the quality of the hair is not uniform throughout. So the process of sorting is done. The process of sorting is, or can be defined as, the process of separating the fleece of a sheep into sections according to the quality of the woolen fibers. So that means the fleece of a sheep is now they are separated into different sections on the basis of their quality. So the best quality wool will be kept at one place. The next better quality of wool will be kept in other place. The lesser quality of wool will be kept in other place. So this is how sorting is done. Now every section of wool obtained after sorting contains the same quality of wool. Okay. So the same quality wool obtained from the fleece of large number of sheep are then mixed together. So we sort the fleece of single sheep into different sections on the basis of their quality, and we do this for large number of sheep, and therefore we collect a large amount of good quality or less quality wool from the different sheeps by the process of sorting. Now, as and when the process of sorting is done, next process is dyeing. The natural color of the fleece or the hair of the sheep is white, brown or black in color. You have seen the color of goats can be black, they can be white. Sheeps are generally white haired animals. Camels, they are brown colored. So the fleece or hair of the sheep or the goats or any other wool yielding animals, they can have different colors. They can be of white, brown or black in color. The white woolen fibers obtained by sorting can be dyed in different colors. Now, once we have sorted the fleece or the woolen fibers into different sections, now we can color them according to the color of our choice. This process of coloring the woolen fibers into different colors is called dyeing. After you have dyed the woolen fibers, the next process is combing. So what is combing? Combing is a method to prepare woolen fibers for spinning the yarn. So it is the process, the last process just before starting to spinning the woolen fibers into yarn. So this process of combing, it is done by using combs having metal teeth. The process of combing, this process of combing straightens the entangled woolen fibers and remove small fluffy fibers called burrs which may be caught in them. Okay. So now by the process of combing, all the woolen fibers are straightened and entangled so that they are ready for the spinning process. So the next step is spinning. So what is spinning? The long woolen fibers are spun or twisted into thick yarn which is called wool. So the short wool fibers woven on a loom to make woolen cloth. So from the fibers, by the process of spinning, we have now obtained the yarn, and now we can use this yarn to wove the woolen cloth. So we have discussed how the sheep is used, or the wool present on the sheep's body or other wool yielding animals are removed and processed into yarn. So what are the steps that we discussed? The steps were shearing, scoring, sorting, dyeing, combing and spinning. So the quality of woolen cloth, it depends on the breed of sheep from which wool is obtained. So by all these processes, we obtain the woolen fiber and then twist it into the woolen yarn. But the quality of the woolen yarn that has been obtained by all these processes, it completely depends upon the kind of breed or the quality of breed of the sheep from which the wool has been obtained. So if the sheep is of a good quality, that means a good quality wool producing sheep, wool yielding sheep, then the woolen yarn obtained will be of a good qualities. So it completely depends upon the breed of the sheep, what will be the quality of the woolen yarn or the woolen fiber. Now, the woolen industry is an important source of livelihood for many people in our country. We know that the people who do the job of sorting, that means separating the fleece of sheep into fibers of different qualities that we have discussed just now, are called sorters. So sorters are the people who sort the fleece of the sheep. Okay. The sorter's job is very risky because they get infected by the bacteria called anthrax bacteria, which causes a deadly blood disease called sorter's disease. So that means the sorters in the woolen industry, they are at a very high risk of getting this disease or called sorter's disease, or getting infected by this particular bacteria called anthrax bacteria. So this disease is termed as an occupational hazard. So what do we mean by an occupational hazard? The occupational hazard is the risk faced by people working in any industry due to the nature of their work. So the people who work in any kind of an industry, when they are at a risk of getting some kind of a disease or injury due to the nature of their work, is called an occupational hazard. So in case of woolen industry, the sorters are at such type of an risk, which is the sorter's disease, which is caused by the anthrax bacteria. So the occupational hazard in the woolen industry is the sorter's disease. Clear? So in today's class we learned about natural fibers, and we discussed about mainly the animal fibers which are silk and wool, and we discussed in details about wool. We discussed about the wool yielding animals and the steps by which woolen yarn or fabric is obtained from these wool yielding animals. In the next class, we shall discuss about silk. How silk is obtained, what are the occupational hazards. We will discuss about them in details in the next class. So that's all for today. Take care. Bye.